M-1 Global presents.
Уважаемые поклонники боевых искусств, представляем вашему вниманию трехраундовый бой в полулегком весе. Представляю вам спортсменов.
მე ვარ Soso Nizharadze, ჩამოვიდი საქართველოდან, წარმოადგენ Guram Fight Clubs. ჩემი მოწინააღმდეგე არის ადამ გაგიევი, კაი სპორტსმენი არის, კომის მოჩუვარია და ფიქრობ რომ კაი საყურებელი ჩხუბი იქნება. ადამ გაგიევი ისრობ წარმატებას, არა დღეს ჩემი დღე.
Меня зовут Адам Гагиев, Республика Ингушетия, клуб Перзи. Мой соперник Сосо. Сильная сторона у него борьба. Я постараюсь выиграть его. Сосо, увидимся в рейде.
В синем углу рейджа спортсмен из Грузии по прозвищу Стечкин. Приветствуйте, Soso Nizharadze!
Salsa კალდეებსა უკუდავების სახეზე არ გავცვლი მე ჩემ სამშობლოს სხვა ქვეყნის სამოთხეზე და სამშობლო როგორც უფალი ერთია ქვეყანაზე
From Georgia, Soso Nizharadze holds the rank of black belt in judo, but told me in our fighter meeting yesterday that he feels that his wrestling is his biggest asset in MMA. Nizharadze has a wide open style. He enters this bout tonight, M-1 Challenge 86, with a pro MMA record of 4 wins, 4 losses. But Nizharadze has been finished in all 4 of those defeats. He told me that he's working on being more controlled as a fighter. He said he wants a slow start. He wants to feel out his opponent, Adam Gagiev, in this fight early, and then slowly turn up the pressure. Nizharadze also said he wants to ultimately take this fight to the ground, just not in a hurried fashion. He feels that's where he will find victory.
Спортсмен в красном углу рейджа представляет Российскую Федерацию, Республику Ингушетия. Встречайте, Адам Гагиев!
Песчано я знаю, джигиты души.
Адам Гагиев, Россия!
The Russian Adam Gagiev from here in the Republic of Ingushetia. His pro MMA record stands at 3 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw. This is his 4th fight in M1, and he's won his last 2. Gagiev fought twice for M1 last year, both times here in Ingushetia. He has a very aggressive style. He told me he wants to take advantage of openings as he sees opportunities present themselves in this fight to seize on those. Gagiev has a very heavy, grinding top game, and he wants to put that to full effect in this fight against Soso Nizharadze. To get us started, here's my broadcast partner, Ian the Machine Freeman.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is an M-1 challenge bout in the featherweight division. Now let me introduce your fighter in the blue corner. This fighter is 29 years old. He weighed in at 65.8 kilograms. He stands 162 centimeters tall and has a record of 4 wins with 4 losses. Representing Georgia, Soso Nizharadze. And now welcome his opponent in the red corner. This fighter is 27 years old. He weighed in at 66.4 kilograms. He stands 170 centimeters tall and has a record of 3 wins, 2 losses with 1 draw. Representing the Republic of Ingushetia, Gagiev. And your referee for this bout, Mika Sinkinen.
Okay, gentlemen, you both know the rules, so let's make good and clean fight. That's class. Back to you, Gunnar.
In the featherweight division, Soso Nizharadze versus Adam Gagiev. Referee Mika Sinkinen from Finland showing the yellow card to Gagiev. He missed weight by 0.6 kilograms. That's the yellow card, which equates to a 1-point deduction. Round number 1, gray and white trunks for Nizharadze, black trunks for Gagiev. With the great Ian the Machine Freeman, I'm Sean Wheelock.
Well, the height advantage that Gagiev has, Nizharadze would be wise to shoot under, shoot low. The low center of gravity as well when he's in top position. There you go, he gets it.
Overhand right to the takedown.
Beautiful wrestling, Sean. Oh, nice, strong, powerful punches as well.
Short left hand from Nizharadze, trying to stay heavy with his top game now. Close guard from Gagiev.
Let's see, Nizharadze is so short. From this position, the punches will be powerful. He's got a low center of gravity. Nice, short, powerful, short punches from this position.
Another big left hand.
The guard is wide open if he wants to pass.
With the position of Nizharadze's head. It's not a butt, that's legal. Basing forehead to forehead for more punching power, just like that with the left hand.
You look how clever Nizharadze got his hands on the inside, holding the biceps of his opponent. That stops him retaliating with punches from bottom. Clever ground and pound if you watch it carefully.
Gagiev opening his guard once more, back to close guard.
Go, go.
Call for action from Mika Sinkinen. Nizharadze staying sticky, giving Gagiev no space whatsoever on the bottom. Body head with the right hand.
Yeah, nice powerful body shots. He's just staying active. The body shots are not causing much damage. Staying active, he'll make sure that he keeps his hands on the inside, like he has been doing, controlling the biceps of his opponent on the ground. Pushing his head up on the fence part of the rage.
Gagiev talked about his top game, his top pressure coming into this fight. But thus far, it's the top game on the ground of Soso Nizharadze. Another big left hand.
Nice head control as well. See how he's using his head to control his opponent. Control the head up against the rage. Pulls out the hips, beautiful work. Well, this is very clever and very strict form of ground and pound that we're seeing here, Sean. He's not giving Gagiev any room to move whatsoever.
Body head again with the left hand. Gagiev back to open guard.
He's trying for the triangle. He's got wrist control. He's pushing it back.
2:15 remaining, round number 1 of this featherweight fight.
Nizharadze is a punisher. Slowly but surely, he's just going to wear you down.
Then you see the grinding pressure with the head of Soso Nizharadze. Another left hand. This is clinical ground and pound, basing on the knee. More big left hands from the Georgian.
The only thing I could say is Nizharadze, I'd like to see him use both hands. It's one hand, then the other, one hand, then the other. There's nothing wrong with sitting back, having a little bit of a posture, and then throwing the 2 hands down.
Machine is one of the real founders of ground and pound in our great sport of MMA. You really have to appreciate the technical aspects of what Nizharadze is doing.
Without a doubt. There's a lot of people out there think you just go to the ground and throw punches and hope for the best. You know, you're punching hands, you're punching the top of the head, you're not connecting onto the target. But every time you hit someone with a good ground and pound shot that wears down their energy, I say to people, just imagine it's like an old Atari game. Energy levels are in the green. Every time you hit them, the energy level goes down and down and down till eventually it goes into the red. And you've worn them out. You've basically beaten them with ground and pound. They cannot come back with any offense.
Final minute, round number 1. Nizharadze staying heavy, staying sharp. Gagiev, very low close guard.
Going to try for a reversal. He's trying to sweep, but this the low center of gravity. Nizharadze is going to be very hard to sweep him. There's a lot of height disadvantage for Nizharadze, but when they're on the ground, that height disadvantage is a bonus for him.
Thudding left hand.
Again, body to the head to the body, mixing things up. I've yet to see Nizharadze sit back and posture yet.
And this is all done in Nizharadze's corner. Smart as he can hear his coaches. Final seconds, the gong, the end of round number 1.
Well, a nice clinic around for Nizharadze. I mean, that was just one-sided, that round. Some could even give that as a 10-8 round because of the total domination.
Download our app. It's M1 Global TV. You can watch live broadcast of all M1 Challenge events anywhere around the world. Nizharadze wanting to take this fight to the ground. Indeed, that's what he did. And that's where Gagiev then spent the vast majority of round number 1. On the ground, on his back. Heavy top pressure, thudding ground and pound from Soso Nizharadze in the opening round. We're at Sport Palace in Gagiev, Russia, M1 Challenge 86. This bout number 3 of a 12-fight card, our final M1 Global event of 2017. You see the abrasion under the left eye of Adam Gagiev. In MMA, no matter what body you have to make that body type work for you. We saw that from Nizharadze in round number 1. Short, stocky, the level change, low center of gravity. The gong in round number 2.
Well, Gagiev will be expecting another takedown. Oh, nice. Solid low kick.
Gagiev can't get the head kick through on the counter.
Gagiev needs to be ready for a knee as he comes in or an uppercut as he comes in.
This crowd firmly behind Adam Gagiev. And the level change. Looking for the whizzer.
Big mistake, big mistake. He went for the whizzer, he should have tried to leave it.
And again, Nizharadze top position. Again, Gagiev parked on his back with his shoulders against the fence.
Well, Gagiev needs to do something different. He needs to do something totally different than what he did in round 1. Look, oh, that's beautiful. Nizharadze just pulling the elbow away.
Nizharadze slowly walking up the body, right hands to the body. Looking to isolate the shoulder now, Gagiev.
Yeah, he's now to come over, maybe go for a go-go plata. Then maybe spin to the side for an omoplata. Nizharadze's seen it. He just needs to push that head through, get the foot over the top of the head. There we go. Oh, he's seen it. He got it through.
Over the shoulder, indeed, he was looking for the go-go plata, trying to get that shin under the throat of Nizharadze.
Well, if the go-go doesn't work, you can go for the omoplata. And again, sometimes people use the omoplata just to get out of a bad position and help them stand back up.
Right hand to the body from Soso Nizharadze.
You can see Gagiev getting frustrated. He opened his arms out. His corner man is standing right next to us screaming. And he looked at him and opened his arms out as if to say, what the hell do I do? But oh, a stand-up.
Stand-up ordered by Mika Sinkinen.
Well, a saving grace there for Gagiev. Well, Nizharadze, hands down by his side. It takes a lot of energy to do a double leg takedown, to shoot in.
Jump knee, nothing there from Adam Gagiev. Spinning back fist from Nizharadze, just off the mark.
Still look fit there.
Inside from Nizharadze. There's the level change, this shot.
Oh, nice.
Into the waist cinch, looking for the waist cinch takedown.
Well, the rope saved him, but he's got a single now. Is he going to go high crotch and lift him, or is he going to pull it down the pipe?
2:15 remaining, round number 2. Nizharadze still looking for the single.
Nice,
beautiful,
nice.
On the ankle pick, on the far ankle.
From one to a double, beautiful.
Slick. High single, reaching through, sucking in the ankle for the takedown.
Trying to step down, trying to step over.
Bringing the knees together to control the hips is Nizharadze. Frustrating machine for Adam Gagiev. See the blue corner of the Georgian, Soso Nizharadze.
He's trying to get back up, but he's not controlling the head of Nizharadze. He needs to control his head when he's trying to get back up, because if you do not control his head, he's just going to pull you back down.
Worried look in the right corner of Adam Gagiev from here in Ingushetia.
He's got the ankle and the knee, Nizharadze. He's just going to pull them out again. If you're going to stand up, you've got to control that head. Get an underhook or control the head. He has neither. So it's very hard to stand back up, especially when someone like Nizharadze knows how to wrestle.
Gagiev's mouth wide open. Nothing on those right hands from Gagiev. Continual heavy pressure from Nizharadze. Again, sucking in the knees together and walking up the body, Soso Nizharadze.
Yeah, he could maybe pull it out and get over to mount position. Just needs to get over those knees. And you could feel Gagiev trying to grab the ankle pick.
Gagiev looking for the up kick, can't find it. He was stacked.
Yeah, half guard. He's going to slip out from half guard now, try and get mount. Although I love half guard for ground and pound, it's a really good position.
Gagiev trying to turn, looking for the sweep, difficult with his right hip against the fence. 20 seconds remaining, round number 2.
Oh, he's going for the Kimura.
Nizharadze isolating the left arm of Gagiev. Difficult to get from this position. Final seconds now, second round of this featherweight fight. Soso Nizharadze versus Adam Gagiev. That is the end of round 2.
I didn't even hear the gong there. Didn't even hear it.
They have an enormous gong machine we saw as we walked in, but they've yet to hit that. I was hoping that would be used by the timekeeper, but...
I was hoping they got rid of the gong years ago. They're still using it. They decided to add a microphone to it, but even then, when the crowd was loud as this in Ingushetia, you can't hear it.
In round number 2, you saw the flash, the spinning back fist. No flash, just technique and skill. The takedowns, the top game, Soso Nizharadze. Showing positional control and ground and pound. You and me are certainly bell advocates in MMA.
Yeah, bell always works better for me. Or even a foghorn. Something different to a gong that's hit with a lollipop.
Heading into the third and final round. The story of this fight has been the takedowns slash the top game of Soso Nizharadze. I barely heard the gong there, round number 3.
Yeah, Gagiev needs a knockout or a submission. Oh, wow.
Immediately ducking under the right hand to the takedown on the single leg.
That was crazy. That was absolutely crazy. You do not throw a big right hand with all your weight thrown forward against the wrestler who's been taking you down for the last 2 rounds.
Can you see Nizharadze making his body type shorter, squatter than Adam Gagiev, his opponent, working for him, machine. Stacking the legs now, Nizharadze.
Oh, he's going back for the leg lock.
Interesting choice, sitting back.
Good defense, straighten his leg. Regain position, good work.
Just fishing for an Achilles lock, couldn't find it. That's a beautiful pass over, step over in the side control.
Well, this is the first time he's been in side control. He's been in the guard for 2 rounds. Let's see if he can finish any better from here. He may even slip over to mount.
For Nizharadze to sit back for the Achilles lock, showing how confident he is on the ground against Gagiev in this fight.
Well, he does realize he's 2 rounds up, so he's taking chances here in the 3rd. Regarded.
Now closed guard for Gagiev. Big right hand. You see Gagiev's mouth wide open.
He'll be frustrated as well, Sean. He's been here for 2 rounds. This is the 3rd. Not really sure how to get out of it. He's tried, but he hasn't done it with the right technique. He's tried to get up without getting on the hook. He's tried to get up without controlling the head. He's just tried to stand, and you can't just stand against a wrestler. You might be able to stand against somebody who doesn't know what they're doing, but not against a good wrestler like Gagiev.
Body lock from the bottom. Nizharadze now releases it. Looking for ground and pound. Nizharadze keeping his head tucked on the chest of Gagiev. Guard wide open now for Adam Gagiev, as is his mouth.
Well, I don't know much Russian, but I've heard the cornerman shout Kimura. So he's telling Gagiev to try for a Kimura from bottom position. He did have a look at it.
Stand up for Mika Sinkin, and Gagiev immediately looked over to his corner. I imagine they're saying something like sprawl. Inside, catching the kick, high on the single, and the takedown again from Nizharadze.
Why would you kick a wrestler? It's all in, it's an experience for a guy. I mean, his record's 3-2-1. He's won some, he's lost some, he's actually drawn. But he needs to look back at this, realize where he went wrong when he was on his back and why he couldn't get back up. He has to look at this and realize why he was taken down, because his weight was too far forward when he was throwing the punches and throwing the kicks against the wrestler who's just going to grab the leg and take you down. Many mistakes, but let's hope it's a learning curve.
We have not seen a single sprawl in this fight from Adam Gagiev. Nizharadze catching kicks, ducking under right hands, the constant level changes for the takedowns throughout this fight. 140 remaining, 3rd and final round.
Well, he's staying active now, Nizharadze. Doesn't want to be stood up with only 1.5 minutes to go. Big, big hands.
Fighting out of the half guard of Adam Gagiev. See Nizharadze basing on his right knee.
He could step over to mount anytime he wants. Push that knee down, step over, easy done. He's quite happy to be here though. He knows he's in no trouble.
Slick with the left hand, you saw the body head. Two body shots with the right hand. 15th and final minute of this fight. No answers on the bottom, none whatsoever for
Zero.
Adam Gagiev.
There's the mount. He's got 45 seconds to finish.
You see Gagiev holding the counter body lock, which is all defense when he clearly needs offense at this stage of the fight. Big left hand from Nizharadze. And another.
Well, it doesn't look like Nizharadze's going to posture. It doesn't look like he's going to sit back.
Right hand Nizharadze. A grunt on that. Grunting into these punches. Final stages. 3rd and final round. By and large, it's been one-way traffic, certainly on the ground for the Georgian, Soso Nizharadze. And fittingly, he's going to hold this top position all the way to the end of the fight.
Without a doubt, Sean. Beautiful work. 3 rounds of pure great wrestling, but more so the fact, pure great ground and pound. Absolutely loved it.
15 minutes up, 15 minutes down. Virtually no suspense now, an early celebration for Soso Nizharadze. The machine will collect the 3 judges' scorecards. As you see, the head scoring table for M1 Global. M1 assigns our outstanding judges and our outstanding referees from Russia and around Europe. Without question, this is going to be Pro MMA win number 5 for Soso Nizharadze. See the abrasion outside of his left eye. but he took relatively little damage in this fight.
After 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecard for a unanimous decision in favor of your winner, Soso Nizharadze.
This crowd here in the Republic of Ingushetia firmly behind their home fighter, Adam Gagiev, but very sporting, very polite, as they always are, for the opposing fighter in victory. And that victory goes to Soso Nizharadze. Clinical with his takedowns, clinical with his top game, clinical with his ground and pound, Soso Nizharadze. Adam Gagiev coming into this fight talking about being aggressive with his stand-up, aggressive on the ground with top pressure. But it was all the top game of Soso Nizharadze. Flash from Gagiev in round number 2. Nizharadze timing his takedowns, his level changes so well throughout the course of this 15-minute 3-round fight. Gagiev just no answers whatsoever on the ground. You see the timing, Nizharadze ducking under the right hand of Gagiev. Nizharadze never swept, never troubled with the bottom game of Gagiev throughout this fight in the early celebration, which did not prove premature at all. The winner, by way of unanimous decision, Soso Nizharadze defeats Adam Gagiev.